Environmental studies students at Augustana University aren't just growing in their education, but also in their love of helping the community. Max Hofer has the story. Good morning, Max.
Good morning, Sophie. Now, with a little help from some grant funding, students in the class develop projects that will help the environment. From a campus orchard to restoring native prairie grass, the grounds are littered with inspired ideas. Junior Mia Werger and her environmental studies professor, David O'Hara, are looking out into what might seem like an empty plot of land. But if you ask Werger, all she sees is the potential.
About a year ago, this was just some grass that no one really had a plan for. And I was really wanting to restore some of native tallgrass prairie on Augustana's campus.
For her environmental studies project, she's planted over 100 different kinds of native prairie tallgrass.
It's because this whole area here in Sioux Falls used to just be miles and miles of tallgrass prairie, which is a really, really unique and incredible biome. That's now, I think, the most endangered biome on the planet.
This is one of many projects that can be found sprouting around the Augustana University campus grounds.
Around us, we have a student who is restoring hawk habitat. We have a student who is using aquaponics to grow fish and food in the same place.
Each student is tasked with coming up with a project that will have a long-lasting impact on the environment.
I love it when students come to me with a new project, something that I haven't thought of, because I love to see that kind of creativity, especially when it's creativity that's intended to be in the service of the community.
Werger's prairie grass, for example, will minimize maintenance costs. Since they were designed to live in South Dakota, they don't need to be watered, mowed, or coated in pesticides.
A lot of insects, birds, small mammals that live in South Dakota depend on native plants for food and shelter. And when we plant this turf grass that's 2 inches tall, it doesn't feed or do anything good for the wildlife here.
She goes on to say the results won't be visible till sometime next year, but in the meantime, she's hoping that her garden can plant the seeds of inspiration for those curious about the world around them.
And it just sort of opens their eyes to where are we, what other creatures do we share this part of our world with, and how can we be better cohabitators.
O'Hara says that some students in the class even volunteer in their off time to help maintain these projects.